This is Christian Ackerman with Fast Coast Productions and the Fast Coast Film Academy. Another late night editing vlog, raw vlog, editor's vlog on SPACELOCK, the feature film I've been working on. When I started this thing, I knew it would be a pretty ambitious project because we started, it was an idea, and then it developed, and then I showed people it, and of course, people got excited about it, and then we started posting, like made a campaign, started posting things for help, to get help, and whatever people can do to help us on the movie. But in the midst of that, or in the beginning of that, forefront of making SPACELOCK, just as Will Ponder came aboard to help write and also star in the movie, one night I was like, well, we could build part of a spaceship corridor. We need a corridor, and we need a room that we can just redress and dress out on set. And I had this barn that, like, it at least stayed cool in pretty much for the time in the summer, because I had a really nice industrial AC, but it was so cold during the winter time. And basically it was our garage storage place, also man cave / also I built a little cloffice, as they called it, a little office space in there to do all my Fast Coast Productions commercial work, where I can edit. And also I was working for a television station at the time, editing shows. And so it was pretty nice sized space, but still we had the challenges because there was items in there that were for storage. Like we had a freezer in there, and we had some of our old furniture in there, and all kinds of stuff. So I told him, at the time he worked at Albertsons, and I said, if you can get us like refrigerator boxes or any kind of boxes, we can build this thing out of cardboard and then just paint it all, because we'll make it the best we can, and then we'll just like light it accordingly so it looks cool. So one night he came over, and he goes, I got boxes, and he came over again, I have boxes, and kept on piling up boxes, and I'm like, okay, we got boxes. And I was like looking at it, and I think we ended up like watching a movie that night, because we were kind of getting inspired. So we're watching the Alien franchise. We were watching some gameplays, some games that he was showing me, where it's like the first person shooter and all that kind of stuff. And all of a sudden I was looking at the boxes, and I was like, let's build a corridor right now. And he's like, heck yeah, let's do it. And we just start stacking, like putting together these boxes and stacking them like building blocks or like Legos, stacking them all the way up to the roof. And then we had a nice industrial stapler, and then start stapling it up on the roof. And then we didn't paint it or anything. We just kind of created this corridor with a little entranceway. I think it had like one entrance at the moment when we built it. And all of a sudden it was done, and there it was. And I took a picture of Will in it, and I also did a test, because before I already built a makeshift helmet out of my bike helmet, and an old protecting plexiglass mask for like people who are weed eating and stuff, so protect your face. And normally it was like on this hard hat, and I got it for like 50 cents at a thrift store. And I put that all together with cardboard and duct tape, and hot glue was another thing I used. And I got these like little lights and put them in the mask so it would have a blue glow. I put that all on Will, and gave him a gun I also kind of made with lights on it and stuff. And then I had him kind of reenact a walk down the corridor, and that was like so exciting to see, like, we could probably do this. We can actually make this happen, because this is we knew at the beginning it was an ambitious project. We were gonna shoot a space movie, or attempt to shoot a space movie in a barn. And then later people came on board, and there's this great guy, Mike Gibney, who's very talented, built all these like panels that we can put over our existing set that we built. And he started building these detailed panels that are made out of cardboard and wood and plastic and recycled material, and he made it so we can like put them just like up against wherever we're filming flip them upside down, if we want to flip them on their sides to create different looks and different patterns. And we started filming even after he had like 2 panels done. Then he made another 2 panels, and then he made a couple other little things that you can hang on the wall. And I even had some things already prior. And so with that combination of those panels, we were able to, and the cardboard set, we were able to film some pretty convincing spaceship footage. And so it's funny, where tonight I'm working on the CGI or the hybrid version, where I take actual physical parts of the set and then I add digitally elements. Well, we're supposed to, the set we would shoot in all the time was actually the main area where Will and I would watch the movies, or the main area where people would hang out. And then just behind that, behind the couch, is where we built the corridor just before the entrance to the barn. And we completely covered up. I had 2 double doors that I built that were just like covered in this white, fancy white, almost like a whiteboard material. And so that had a cool look already to it. And so, yeah, so we filmed and in that, and we put a lot of people in that little room, and the space altogether, I think it was pretty big. I think it was like 19 by 19, but then with all that stuff in there and then the cardboard set, it was like the main shooting area was about like 10 by 10 approximately. And so I think it was 19 by 19, and then the corridor was about 19 feet. Then I got this place called the Fast Coast Productions headquarters in downtown Hamilton. Well, it's funny, the space we have now is a 10 by 10 space. I have a nicer, bigger office, which is nice. And then the corridor, the hallway in the back to the extra like storage rooms, or extra rooms that we have, is actually 30 feet now from the wall to wall. So we made it longer, so we were able to use that. So in a combination, when you see this movie, you're going to see it first starting off in a barn, and then parts of it shot at Fast Coast Productions headquarters, downtown Hamilton. And then a parts of it will be set extension with like green screen in the back. So we would have like Travis Breyer and Will Ponder on the actual barn set of SPACELOCK, and then we put a green screen, which basically was that neon poster board of green, which is great because you barely have to light it because it's so bright. Even on camera, the camera can just see it's green. We put that behind him, and we lit the set so we can see that, and then we darken it in post. And that's how we get a lot of these shots. Well, we built kind of a rec room in that main room, the multi-purpose room. Even the corridors are multi-purpose corridors. And we even built like new entrance ways so we can have like people run in one way and then come in another way. We made 2 different entrances, and then we had the green screen side. So it was pretty cool. And then there was like literally a door that just went out to the open area. So the rec room basically was, we had an arcade, my arcade I built years ago, that was in the background. And so we had it on in the background. I thought that'd be cool. Like, this is where the people go to kind of like play and relax, you know, after a long day working on the spaceship or whatever, get their mind off things. And so and we created it very simple. Will got me a lava lamp for my birthday, and so or Christmas or something. And so we put that in the room on top of this patio. Like, it was like a glass gray and like kind of foggy glass surface patio furniture, like round table. Put that on there, put the lava lamp on it, and it kind of looked futuristic. Well, when we shot it, we couldn't show much because we had the panels on one side, and we barely had any panels on the other side. We had like maybe 1 panel or 2, and then we just had my white, it was actually a movie screen, one of those big movie screens that was pulled down on the wall to create this nice white. And I think I stapled a bunch of that poster board, like white glossy poster board all around, like wallpaper, and just plain paper, actually like copy paper, and made like a wallpaper so it looks all white and pure white. And so you only see it because it's like close up like this on Will when he's in there, and he walks in, and he turns around, and you can see the arcade off over his shoulder. I think it's over this shoulder. You see it, and then DJ comes in. He's all mutated. His jaw's all like gross and falling off, and comes in and attacks him. And it's all like tight shots because we had to hide that the rest of the set wasn't built, because it was all on one side or parts of it were on this other side. It was a very tight shot. So what I'm doing right now is I'm building partial of the set that was really there, and then the rest of it is green screen. Or CGI. And so, and two, we were going to build a Polybius machine, arcade machine, to have in the background just has a little Easter egg. And so right now I placed a Polybius machine in the rec room off to the side, where we never shoot that way. We never shoot to the side of that part of the rec room. So, but you're going to see it briefly in the movie if it doesn't get cut. So I'm building all the rooms still, and so we can create this illusion of this like vast ship with many rooms and stuff like that. And you're going to get a little sneak peek into those rooms as we move through the corridor as we do the tour of the spacecraft. And also I built a schematic map, digital map of the spacecraft with a combination of I think it was Apple II computer schematics that I kind of colored and rechanged. And then I also used some stuff I found offline of I think Star Trek, maybe Next Generation, and took some of that stuff and then replaced it, retyped, and found some other things off of online, and then rebuilt and planted it and pasted it. And kind of got inspired and copied, paste, repainted, all within Final Cut Pro, and built this little schematic that shows the kind of how big the Odyssey is. And two, I like to show that for the audience. Plus, we'll have it in the movie somewhere. I might be in the another room or something like that. And also, it'll be on the screens when we cut away, when we first in the movie. We see Travis Breyer's character and Will, they're driving the Barnabas, and they're looking at the monitors in front of them. We're going to see the schematics of the Odyssey, because that's where they're going. And then we're going to, I'll probably put some animation showing, so the audience knows, oh, that's where they're going. And we're going to use the combination of the schematics and the CGI with the live action miniatures that Mike Gibney also made, because he made the set panels. That's basically what he was going to do, and make props for us. And then I asked him, I go, have you ever done miniatures or bigatures? We need something big so it looks realistically huge on camera. So we don't want to go too small because we want more detail. And he's like, I'll give it a go. And then he built this awesome, I think it was 6 foot long. You can only shoot it from one side. Because he built all the detail on one side and the front part, and I don't think there was really a true back part. There was part of a back part, and he built it at his studio, and so that thing was so massive we'd have to go down there and film it, which we filmed most of the Barnabas stuff in the studio, and part of the bridge stuff, also the Odyssey bridge stuff, and then we filmed, I think, a few elevator shots too, there at Mike Gibney's studio, and towards Darby, Montana. And he built that thing 6 foot long, and then I added lights in later digitally. And so we shot that thing one day, all day, but he built it all out, hot glue and recycled parts and other toys and model parts and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, he has a Facebook page. Definitely need to check out the stuff he does. And if you need help or with anything, give him a contact. He's also really good. He does really good at designing haunted houses and things like that. So definitely give him a ring ding if you need his help, because he's very creative. He thinks that way. So they're really cool. And you're going to see a lot of it in the movie. So anything with details in the background that are really there, it's basically all him. What he did, and he painted everything on in his garage and all that kind of stuff. Very creative. And then you'll see, it's pretty much a lot of us, we just built things throughout this shoot. But it's been fun building these like sets and the schematics and stuff like that. Also tonight I also was learning more about 3D animation, which was kind of grueling, but I had to learn it. And now I can be, and then once I learn it, then I can be creative and do the fun stuff. So like doing this is kind of like film school. You kind of learn on your own because I have a goal. I want to do this. So it makes me learn the stuff that I wouldn't really be interested in learning because either it's boring or it's hard and tedious. But because I have a goal set, it makes me be able to learn it. And that's hard to apply. And I'm getting deep. I'm getting deep here in the editor's vlog. Well, it is late tonight. It is hard to apply that in life with anything you do when you try to create goals and try to make things that are not so exciting. Exciting, like doing taxes and all that kind of stuff. Anyways, well, that's tonight's editor's vlog here, raw, real vlog on the SPACELOCK post-production here at Fast Coast Productions in my home office, my small home office. We will start doing some more stuff at Fast Coast Productions HQ in a little bit. We have some major things coming up. I'll be talking about those later and some other projects coming up. And then soon, once this thing's getting wrapped up, we'll be moving on to a lot of the other feature films that we've been working on here through the Fast Coast Film Academy and Fast Coast Productions. Well, I'm Christian Ackerman with Fast Coast Productions and the Fast Coast Film Academy. I hope to see you in the movies.